All right, welcome back. MGD2085 here. Today we're going to be talking about OBS Studio screen recording. It's our little piece of software that allows us to see my ugly mug here and keyboard and what's happening on my computer. So let's switch over to the main screen and go over what we're going to talk about real quick. Maybe I should get the whole screen in there so you can see what's going on. So, like I said, OBS screen recording, the beginning part just tells you where to get it, and some settings here that's worth getting done correctly. And then the second part here is going to tell us how to set up a camera and how to do the recording by switching on and off recording. And then lastly, it's going to tell us how to set up some scenes, and that will all become evident here in just a second. Let me get this out of our way. So here is the OBS interface, and with this interface this is the second one of two. I'm recording on one and I'm showing you a picture of the other on another monitor, so it's a little confusing here to kind of keep everything straight. But I made scene 2. I just come over here and I added a scene, and you know, where it offers to add me a scene 3 now, just to keep the two separate here. So you can bring scenes in and take them out. Do we want to take out scene 3? Yes. And then scenes are set up by going over here under sources, and then we click the plus thing there, and then we add whatever we want to add. For example, in order to record, we have to have something to record it from. So we click that, video recording device, OK. Pick a camera. We'll pick Brio just because it's the one that happens to be pointed towards me at the moment. OK, pretty simple. We say OK to that. And then to start and stop recording with the button right here that I'm highlighting. So something that was important on the original setup of this, after you're done installing it, you got to come over here to settings and make a few key adjustments. For me, always I adjust everything to dark. It's easier on my eyes. I like the dark. We come down here to output, and we tell it where we want our recordings to go. I happen to put it on the desktop so it's easy to find, and labeled it OBS videos. No muss, no fuss. And the format I chose was MP4. There's another format here called MKV that's a kind of a rescue format. I find it's easier to use that because it goes right to the folder and it's ready to go, no rendering necessary. So audio, the only thing you got to do is tell it where it's going to have some incoming audio at. And in this case, it's the webcam that's pointing down at my keyboard, and I'll show you all that here in just a second. And video 1080p, always 30 frames a second, always nice and smooth that way. And there are some hotkeys and some other stuff in here, but that's all stuff for another time. After there'll be another OBS set of lectures that integrate with DaVinci Resolve. These dovetail together really nicely, and that winds up being an important thing. But as you can see with me sitting here, I'm going to demonstrate some of the scenes. So when I say just the screen here, and I click on it over here on my version, just the screen. Let's go back to me real quick. Come back over to this one. Oh. Just the screen. It's seeing that. Let me go back to scene 2 so we can differentiate. So what I'm seeing, what you're seeing. Come over here and say CJ in the screen, CJ in the keyboard in the screen, or just the keyboard, or just the background in the keyboard. Those are the demonstrations of the scenes, and that was important to know. So quickly, because this wasn't a very complicated lecture, so I don't want to take up a lot of time with this. How to set it up, how to do the recording, how to set the cameras up, and how to get a little bit more for quick scene changes of things that we want to do on the fly. It's actually a pretty nice piece of software for being free. At any rate, that's it. Oh, and one last thing, I'm going to flash a video in here now. Bingo. And we're back. And we're going back to say goodbye. And that other piece of video was just a quick look at how I have my desktop set up. And thanks a lot. And so the next one, I'm sorry, I forgot. The next one, we're going to be talking our first real DaVinci Resolve classes and how to set it up and how to do some importing and rough cutting using the keyboard, and how to get around doing the rough cuts of things. That's it for this one. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.